Hey everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Twisted Miyaki Mugler or Twisted Siriano. And it's really, really nice to be a part of this Adornment Stories program. Thank you for having me. So today we're going to be exploring ballroom basics. And I love to do this because it really gives me a chance to, for lack of a better word, sell the scene to new people. And that's actually one thing that I really, really love doing, because I get to essentially set the standard, or give them a standard, or give them a tone of what to expect when coming into the ballroom scene, why we do it, and give you some inside, scoop on things that you won't really just see for your eyes. So to start from the top to the other way that you're actually going. So you're always catwalking, you're always facing the direction that you're catwalking in, okay? So let's do that one more time, that same speed, and then we're gonna turn up the speed, okay?
On your next exhalation, can you invite your imagination to return back in towards the navel? So I consider myself a Black woman in person. I go by she, her, and they, them pronouns. I consider myself queer. I am also coming from a lower middle class background, and I am a lover of dance and everything movement. I'll start with a working definition, and that's that somatics is how we feel in our body, our first person experience of the world. So how I, Camille, feel in relation to the environment, nature, in relation to myself, in relation to systemic institutions, in relation to the other than human life forms, maybe animals, our ancestors.
Feeling of coming back to the center and kind of understanding that this is a safe space within myself felt, I don't even know if this is making sense, but it felt, I think I discovered a new understanding of safety within my own body that I hadn't felt before.
And that's just an important piece of this practice of how we honor ourselves and our bodies as Black folks as we come together in this healing moment.
So with that, welcome everyone to Talk the Things, Therapy in the Black Community. So I am Sanique. I'm going to be your moderator for this evening, and we're joined with the other panelists as well. Gathering today again on the eclipse of International Women's Day in Black Mental Health Week, it is important for us to ultimately talk the things. If you're coming from the Caribbean, you know exactly what it means. We are here to speak the truth. We're here to get and just dive deep down in there. And again, we are oftentimes as Black women socialized to stay silent about our trauma, our hurt, our problems, and again, keep these things bottled up in our minds, or at sometimes, again, keep them bottled up in the household. So whatever happens in the household can't be spoke about in public. We can't be talking to our friends about it. It's to stay within these doors. And we're socialized to, again, practice that in our adult lives. Again, you are not by yourself in your mental health journey. It is your individual journey. But again, we are here as a community to lift you up and make sure that you feel safe and you have all the resources and support that you also need.
Immigration is traumatic, and it's like the unspoken thing in our communities. It is really traumatic to immigrate. It's really traumatic to be displaced. And that's what immigration is, right? Like more often than not, you know, if it's war or famine or, you know, whatever it may be that's causing you to leave, you are probably displaced. When I think about my immigration process, I'm like, I find myself here because of this country, like because of America and the States doing what they want to do to my home country.
Oftentimes you say like, oh, you have a mental health concern. no, I have a trauma response because of all of these things that have occurred to me, my family, and my lineage, and now it's showing up. Like immigration is one piece, coming here, not knowing the language, not having the language to make sense. Now, because you're here, all of a sudden you're responsible for a family back home. You're not making any money. You can barely get into housing. Your landlord is now on your back every day. The food you want, the food that like makes you feel like you're at home, it's not accessible. The people who look like you, they don't exist. These are all mental health challenges. These are all things that make us question who we are and how we show up in the world, but they're not respected.
When I first migrated here as a kid, and everyone talked about, oh, Canada is multicultural, friendly, you know, so I'm here coming as a 6-year-old in February from a country that's 40 degrees, and that Pearson airport door open. You best believe my skin felt like pins and needles, and I was like, I gotta go back.
And then we also just want to talk about those who just didn't make it, right? That didn't get off the boat or didn't get off the plane or so forth. So yeah, I think like coupled with our identities as Black people, Black women, Black queer folks or trans folks, or all of us who are holding so many different identities, the experiences of migration as well add on to your ability to, you know, get help or seek help or receive help as well. And that is, yeah, just echoing what you said, Ali, 100%.
It's giving people the language about what's happening for them, but also so they can advocate for themselves. Because often what happens is we don't know what's going on, so we don't know what to ask for. And so
So thank you to everyone that's here. Have an amazing night. And again, I hope to see you in our future spaces because we're going to continue these conversations and having these dialogues. So thank you so much, everyone.